One of my last days at work in California before we move. This is one of my older designs. It's very well grown, and I'm over here about every week, couple hours every week, doing maintenance on it. So it's in better shape than my garden, because believe me, I don't spend 2 hours a week on mine. You know, we got Graptopetalums over here and mixed with the Aeoniums. That's a sunburst. That one over there is the chocolate. The Peruvian lily or Ulstramaria coming up out of Crimson Queen maple, surrounded by lavender, many other succulents. There's Graptoveria Fred Ives there. Here they're getting a little overgrown. I got to clean them up a bit, but these are Barbara's stepping stones. When I designed this garden, I said that we're going to put paths through it so you can access it. Well, Barbara was taking a mosaic class and decided that she would make her own stepping stones. So we have bees and suns and seahorses and all manner of different mosaic on the stones. There's our Mimulus aurantiacus, our local monkey flower. Douglas iris in the back. Finished blooming now. Manzanita. This is just a beautiful garden. I just love it. Like I said, I spend a couple hours here every week working on this thing. Creeping thyme almost looks like moss. A little grotto over here filled with Echeveria monoloa. She's right on a corner here by the park, and so there's been quite a bit of traffic come by this garden. It has brought me a lot of business because of its location. And here we have the brickwork pattern that was invented by Hugh. I found it quite novel. I'm partially responsible for putting this thing in place. I really like the way the bricks are arranged. Down the side yard over here, we've got some ornamentals and then food. There's artichokes here. You see there's a massive blackberry presence over on the fence. Hanging over the wall, we've got the Manzanita emerald carpet, but then up behind it, the large shrub is also Manzanita Howard McMinn. So we have two California native Manzanitas. One covers the ground, the other one grows up down the park side of the yard over here. We got a little strip, and it required a retaining wall. Part of this wall was here when I started, and then we built the rest of it going down the way. Created vegetable beds over here on the far corner right along the street. Here we had a blank surface up a redwood fence, and we put in triple crown blackberries. On the other side, meeting it over there, we've got Fuji apple, and we've got a Gravenstein apple. Fava beans mixed with red cabbages. I harvested one of those for Barbara yesterday when I came by. Right here we've got the Jubea palm. This is the one that makes the tiny little pocket coconuts. That was courtesy of Barbara's brother Hugh. He raised that one up from the large old Jubea here at Shin Park. It's one of the seedlings. One of these days it's going to be a very impressive tree. And it's ringed with fava beans. This little corner of the yard's one of my favorite spots. We've got Chamaerops humilis, the Mediterranean fan palm, mixed with aloes, mixed with Grosso lavender, and with Tracy. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to do our last job together here at Barbara's this morning. Here we have a little courtyard. It's a small area. Barbara has a lemon tree that was in there, and then I went and hung all the orchid cactuses down under the lemon tree. They're all starting to come to bloom. It's going to be gorgeous. There's a little rooster hiding down here next to the blueberries. So we got a blueberry farm here. Back over there in the corner there's a trellis to hold tomatoes. This was a display rack when they closed the California nurseries here that we picked up and recycled. Hung baskets full of succulents on it. Back there against the fence we recycled a bunch of steel railings that used to be on an old house in San Leandro. Used them for trellises and put in a Wari Satsuma, one of my favorite mandarins. Here on the gate you'll see bits and odd ends from old sewing machines. Barbara has created murals. Cymbidium orchids over here. An old sewing machine here. She made a mosaic on the top. There's a globe with fireworks. And Mr. Rooster. So here we are in the backyard at Barbara's garden with Hugh's famous short-legged dog fences. We have Caesar salad over there on the far end of the yard. Come on in. Here comes Tracy. This is our last day here together. She's going to be taking care of Barbara's place from now on out, which is good. There's a little lemon tree in the corner there. The beans are coming up. We got the mock snail here and some massive amounts of romaine lettuce. Look at all this lettuce. Oh, what a salad. And there's the tomatoes. Over here we have the Fiesta pig. The Fiesta pig is feeding on romaine and possibly fertilizing the tomato at the back end. Over here, well, we got all of Ellen's mannequin collection brought over here to Barbara. They may end up all mosaic one of these days, who knows. One of my favorite jellyfish plaques up there on the fence. Oh, and then we got all this stuff. I mean, this was so dark and dismal. It was one great big old evergreen pear tree back here at a time. And then there was an old redwood gazebo over the top of the patio. Now it is warm, sunny, friendly, grows plants like crazy. And sometimes cutting down what you have originally actually improves things. Here we have the succulent mural hanging on the wall there. This golden alstroemeria is awesome. I just love this one. We get some more of Barbara's mosaic work. It's a doggy pot. Right here is a starry night in San Francisco. You see the Golden Gate Bridge and a little takeoff there on Van Gogh's Starry Night with sailboats under the Golden Gate. We got a Fuyu persimmon and a little goldfish over here. I wanna be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. There we go. There's the octopus. Here's his garden. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, we get blackberries up the fence there, again trained up on old steel railings. Barbara's excellent mosaic work. Murals on the walls. A little bit of metal sculpture at the far end here. And over here we have Puss in Boots for you cat lovers. That's one of Barbara's sculptures. Funny. Funny, funny. Mr. Hermit Crab. This is definitely one of my favorite gardens, and it is totally whimsical. Disco Turkey. There he is, dancing disco. Barbara acquired our succulent collection. She has a little greenhouse garden window here, and a whole lot of the living stones and stuff from Africa that Ellen was raising. have now moved over to Barbara's house. Bye-bye. I'm not taking them to Hawaii with me.